Hello my dear students, welcome back to your online class. So today in this video we will be dealing with the last chapter of your physics textbook, that is electricity and magnetism. So in this chapter we will try to understand what is electricity, the conductors and the insulators. We will also be discussing on the direction of the current. We will be discussing on the sources of electricity like the primary cell, secondary cell, solar cell, electric mains and from the water. The fifth, we will be discussing upon the effects of the electricity. We will also be discussing on the simple electric circuit and finally the types of electric circuit. And also in the next video, we will be learning about magnetism. So let us come to the topic electricity. So what is electricity? So the electricity is termed as the direction of flow of current. So we know that all the matters, whether solid, liquid or gas, they are made up of tiny particles known as atoms, and in returns the atoms are made up of three subatomic particles, the electrons, protons and the neutrons. And when these electrons, they are free to move. Suppose if the electron moves in a specific direction, that is said to be the current electricity. So in a conductor, suppose all the electrons, they flow in a definite direction, okay, like from A to B, then it is said to be the current electricity. Okay. So now all the substances that allows the electric current to flow is known as a conductor, like metals. All the metals, they are good conductor of electricity, and the substances which does not allow the electric current to flow, they are known as the insulators, like we have a plastic, wood, and there are so many other substances in our day-to-day life which does not conduct electricity. They are known as insulators, or they are also known as a poor conductor of electricity. Now coming to the third topic, the direction of the current. So now in the beginning I told you that the electricity is due to the flow of electrons. So now the direction of the current is always in the opposite direction to that of the flow of the electrons. Suppose if in this conductor the electron is flowing from A to B, then we say that the current is flowing from B to A. Okay, so I is the symbol for the current in physics. So is that clear? So direction of current here is the direction of the current will always be opposite to that of the flow of electrons. So now coming to the fourth topic, the sources of electricity. So there are various sources of electricity. Okay, we have seen that we can obtain the electricity from the batteries. Okay, we have also seen that in our house usually the electricity comes from the pole, which is known as the electric mains. Okay, so what are the cells? The cells are the portable sources of electricity that can be carried from one place to another place. Okay, which we usually call battery in our day-to-day language. So there are two kinds of cells. Okay, one is the primary, the other one is the secondary. So what is the primary cells now? The primary cells are the one which once used cannot be recharged again. Okay, like the pencil battery we use in the clocks. So they can be used only once and they cannot be recharged. And the secondary cells are the one that can be recharged again and again, like we have the batteries of the cars or the batteries of the inverters. So all those batteries or the cells that can be recharged again and again is known as the secondary cell. So the third source of electricity we have is the solar cell. So many of us, we must have seen a solar panel on the top of the roof. So what does that panel do? So that panel is made out of a different kind of metal known as a semiconductor. So it converts the solar energy into the electrical energy, which can be stored in the accumulators or in the batteries. However, the efficiency of these solar cells, they are very low. Okay, so that's why most oftenly we do not see the solar cells. So largely we obtain the electrical energy from the electric mains, that means from the pole near our house, and somewhere far off in the station the electricity is generated either using fossil fuels or from the water, and then it is transported to our house through the wires, as we have seen in our villages. Now the last one is we can also obtain the electricity from the water. Not just water, it is the running water. So such kind of electricity is known as hydro electricity. Okay, so hydro means it is the water. So if we obtain the electricity from the running water, then it is known as a hydroelectricity. Now you must be thinking that we put a wire in a running water and then we obtain the electricity. It's not like that. So from the running water, how do you obtain? So big dams are made. Okay, so big dams are made where the water is stored. So there the water is stored. Now when the dams are filled, there we have an outlet, a large tunnel like holes beneath the dam. So and the water is let to rush out with a great velocity. Okay, and in this tunnels we have a fan like structure which are known as a turbines, and these turbines rotates, and when they rotate, what happens? Along with them the dynamo is a device that generates electricity. The dynamo also rotates and then the electricity is obtained. So now the fifth topic, coming to the effects of the electricity. So the well-known effect of electricity we have seen on our houses are the electrical energy can be converted into the light and heat. So using electricity we can glow the bulb which gives us a light, and also the heater also, and we can cook food. So the electrical energy can be converted into the heat and as well as light. Another is the electrical energy can also be converted into chemical energy, like in case of charging the batteries. When we charge the batteries, what do? We convert the electrical energy into the chemical energy. The electrical energy can be converted into mechanical energy as well, like a moving fan. So when we switch on, what happens? The fan starts moving. So whenever something moves, it has the energy known as a mechanical energy. So similarly, not just these three forms, the electrical energy can be converted into various other forms, which you may go in your books in details. So now another topic, very important topic, is the electric circuit. Now what is the electric circuit? The electric circuit means it's the different electrical components that is connected with the source of a electricity. Like for example, if I want a bulb to glow, so what do? We take one bulb, okay, and then along with it we need some wire, and along with the wire we need a switch, and along with the switch we need a battery. So all these components when connected together is known as a electric circuit. So this kind of circuit is known as a simple circuit. In case of electronics there are very complicated circuit, okay, so which is out of the scope of your syllabus. So understood, electric circuit means all the components along with the source of the current is known as the electric circuit. Now these electric circuit usually are of two kinds. Okay, so it can be connected into, like the circuits are two. One is said to be the open circuit and another one is the closed. Okay, so open in the sense it means the bulb does not glow, it is in an off state. So if there is an incomplete path, okay, that means if a current cannot flow through the complete path, that is said to be the open circuit, like in this case. So here what is happening? The current cannot flow because here the circuit is broken. So when there is an incomplete path for the flow of current, that is known as open, that is switch off, is the open circuit. And when we switch it on, okay, so then what happens? The electric current will have a complete path to flow, and that is known as the closed circuit. That means when the switch is on, that is known as the closed circuit. Now apart from this open circuit and a closed circuit, we also have two kinds of circuits. One is known as the parallel and another one is known as a series. So in a parallel, what happens? Each end of the different component, like if I have a bulb, okay, if I have a fan, okay, if I have another electric component, and all the end of them they are connected to the battery, okay, individually they are connected to the battery, then they are said to be the parallel circuit. So in parallel circuit, each of the electrical device is connected separately to the source of current. So that is known as a parallel. And in a series, what happens? One end of the electrical component is connected to the other end, and so on. Okay, so in this way, and finally the last two end is connected to the battery. So this is known as a series. Okay, so in series, one component is connected to the other is connected to the third, and finally the two ends of the two different components are connected to the source of electricity. So that is how the parallel and the series circuit can be drawn. So there are advantages and disadvantages of both the parallel and as well as series that you can go in your book if it is given. So if you have any problem in understanding today's topic, you can ask me in my WhatsApp number. In our next video, we'll be continuing with the same chapter, the topic magnetism. So till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you.